Alright. Jeez, these do really feel a lot longer when you voice the characters. November 22nd, 1:14 p.m. Supreme Court of Judiciary, courtroom to Judiciary. Bum. Well, I understand you are the judicial assistant to the defense, but why is this sudden ingress in my courtroom? Ha! A judicial system, and a woman no less! Oh no. The real state. The females are not permitted into this court of law other than to testify. Yes, I fully understand. I asked only for 5 minutes of time. I have some vital evidence that I must hand over to the defense. Ha! You're too late, little girl. This trial has already been concluded. I did not press right bumper. 5 minutes. I will not allow a moment more. But, Your Excellency, I am most grateful. Oh, look, it's the boys. Who exactly are you? I'm sorry, there's no time. Please, simply accept this for now. What is it? A report about something written in English. It's Giselle Brett's research. The Englishwoman's. After the trial resumed earlier, I hurried back to the university. I went to Dr. Wilson's laboratory in the medical faculty and borrowed this paper. Oh, yes, that's right. Miss Brett was studying under the professor, wasn't she? So, does this research, whatever it is, have something to do with the case? I'm afraid I don't know. I haven't been able to listen to the proceedings of the trial myself. Oh, no, of course not. Special characteristics of curare and its effects on human subjects. Interesting. Curare? Curare? What's that? I've never heard of that word before. Time's up! The prosecution demands the immediate removal of this female trespasser from the courtroom. There was too little time for me to read it in detail, but I've summarized what I could on a note just inside the cover. If you think it could be valuable, please cast your eyes over it. This is wonderful. Thank you. Giselle's report has been entered into the court record. A report detailing an unknown poison that Miss Brett was researching during her time in University. Goodbye then, and good luck. You have long enough counsel. We cannot detain our English guest any longer. Oh, Brett, you're totally fucked now. I asked the prosecution and the defense now one last time. Does either side have any evidence further present to the court? I presume not, but... The prosecution has made its case convincingly enough already. Nothing more to add, Your Excellency. Ryunosuke, we're out of options here. This really is our very last chance. Yes, I know. Your Excellency, the defense does have new evidence. The look. The unyielding stare of a true Japanese warrior. Well, Miss Brett? Yes, Your Excellency? If you wouldn't mind, perhaps you could grace us with your presence a little longer. It's delightful invitation, but I'm afraid it's not so very long until tea time. I have to politely decline. Forgive me, Miss Brett. Seems I wasn't clear. I realized it was phrased as a question. However, I must ask you treat that as an order. I've said it many times before, but the Japanese language makes no sense. Okay, says the English person. Like, I mean, English is fucked. I mean, English is the least fucked, but we're all fucked. All languages are fucked. Everyone's always like, yo, English doesn't make any sense. But then Japanese really be like, oh, if you say this, if you emphasize the S in this words, it goes from, hey, how you doing, to I want to murder you. So, you know, it's so cool. Not. My apologies, dear lady. So, counsel, what is the new evidence that demands the court's attention? This one. Yes! Miss Giselle Brett, we understand you were studying under Dr. Wilson at I learned it's Yume University doing research, because I know it's Yume, unrelated at hand. But if you go here, Ah, the symbol of Yumei University. Every student wears this pin with pride. It's funny, but most emblems seem to be either round or rectangular. I like the spike design, even though it doesn't really make any sense. Although, it does cause problems. Lots of students end up cutting their finger on their badges. Perhaps it was the idea of one of the founders, a sharp pin with a sharp mind or something. Oh, that wasn't it. Where's the lost text that I found? A personal student number is engraved on the back here. If you lose your pen, they won't accept you as a Yumei student at the university. You may not come in, they say. It's you may, I got it. Of course, you can get a new pen made if you can just tell them your number. I've actually lost mine twice already, but I still don't know my student number by heart. I always say to myself, I mustn't forget to write it down somewhere, but then I forget not to forget that. Absolutely, what a character, boys. What is it? 00? Isn't that Phoenix's number? It might be. Research, by sheer coincidence perhaps, into a deadly poison. What? Poison? Where are you going with this council? A toxin known as Curare, Your Excellency. Even the slightest amount of this deadly poison entering the body leads to instant death.
Objection!
What? What complete and utter nonsense! Curare, you say? Never heard of it. You wouldn't have done. You wouldn't have done. What? You wouldn't what? I've never heard of it. You wouldn't have done. Is that correct? I feel stupid. Well, what do you mean? I mean that you wouldn't have heard of Curare before? For one very simple reason. It doesn't exist in our country. It doesn't exist. Correct. Which means, no matter what test the police can do for toxins, they'll never identify Curare. Why? Because there's no test available here that can identify the presence of this highly deadly poison. What? Order, order, order. Council, does this deadly poison truly exist? According to the research authored by the visiting research student from England, Curare has long been used by the tribespeople of South America as a poison to lace their arrows. It seems that it's reasonable, well known among European doctors and scientists. To lace their arrows. The report states that it's produced from the extract of a tree that grows deep in the Amazonian jungle. It was first brought back to Europe at the turn of the century by explorers. It claims that animal shot arrows laced with Curare suffer instant death. Doesn't about sum it up, Miss Brett?
Objection!
Trumpery! These aspersions are utter trumpery! To start with, if the victim had been administered some of this so-called deadly poison, he would have been squirming and writhing in pain, and the other diners would have surely noticed. Oh, that's true. What do you say to that, Inspector? Obviously, I would have noticed a disturbance like that. I don't remember anything like that either. I didn't notice the professor being in any kind of pain. According to this, however, it is the other way around. What do you mean, the other way around? The very fact that the victim didn't show any visible signs of distress is evidence that Curare was used. Explain yourself, Counsel. The moment this toxin entered a person's system, it causes instant paralysis. In other words, afflicted victims lose all strength and are completely unable to move. Even if they were in total agony, there'd be no visible signs of pain at all. How terrible! Obviously, if a man loses all strength in his muscles, he'll collapse onto the floor. But with the chair under him for support, as Dr. Wilson did, the effects could largely go unnoticed. But I don't follow, Kazuma. That's just paralysis. I thought the poison caused instant death. The full explanation is extremely unpleasant. The poison causes immediate paralysis, as I said, leaving the victim unable to move. But after a short time, the paralysis is so severe it causes the muscles that control respiration to fail. Respiration as in breathing. In other words, the actual cause of death is suffocation. And all the while, the victim is conscious and aware, just unable to move. That's hideous. To the observer, it would look almost like the victim was sleeping peacefully into an endless sleep. But for the victim himself, his final moments would be a living hell. That is the true nature of this deadly career poison. Well, Brett, what you gotta say to it? I know there's at least one more cross-examination, if I remember. Because I swear I remember... we'll get to it. Are you suggesting that this bottle, Counsel, actually contains this terrifying poison?
Objection!
This is all very convenient, isn't it? Oh my god, hit Herto, a known poison for which there is no means of testing. What a happy tale for the defense. If I may, all these facts, you think you're so clever. You must be taught some manner. It is you who must be taught. Of course. Dear lady! Bum, 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 bum. So, this is how you Japanese behave, is it? What? You steal another's honest hard work and then announce the results as if you discovered them? I'm appalled. What a loathsome act. Well, Miss Brett, the feeling is mutual. Whatever do you mean? Capitalizing on the unfortunate circumstances of an innocent man to frame him for a heinous crime? That really is a loathsome act. When do you agree?
Objection!
Enough of this. I, for one, refuse to accept it. The idea of some poison that doesn't even exist in the great empire Japan is breaking the rules. What's so funny? Oh, excuse me, Your Excellency. Yes, Miss Brett? May I borrow that bottle for a moment, please? Well, yeah, I don't see, why not? She's gonna drink it. Don't get too big for your boots, you insignificant little island boys. Sorry? To an Englishwoman such as myself, this whole affair is a farcical comedy. Yeah, a farce. Your little police games and these foolish courtroom antics, it's laughable, really. But I'm getting bored of it all now. It's time for the games to end. Cheers! Wait! What are you doing? No sparkle left at all. How appropriate for this shabby affair. Ellipses. 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 Okay, we're fucked. Okay. Goodness. Whatever is the matter? You all look quite stunned. So, no cure. The bottle was clean. Is that what you're saying? You look quite incredulous, little boy. But of course, that's the simple truth. Thank you for presenting the findings of my research so concisely here in the grand venue. Most kind. Thank you, waiter. Now then, Your Excellency. Yes, Miss Brett? I should like to be excused now, please. I think I've given more than enough of my time for the furtherance of friendship between our two countries. Yes, dear lady. We are most grateful with all the assistance you have given. This doesn't make sense. There has to be some poison in that bottle. So how did she swallow a whole glass and live to tell the tale? I don't understand it. Well, I suppose if nothing else, this little Far Eastern charade. will make for interesting conversation at the next party I attend in London. There has to be had to have been poison in that bottle, doesn't there? But there can't have been, because otherwise she would have kneeled over dead. Come on, Ryunosuke. We have to think we have all the clues now. That bottle of water. Contains. Oh God. Okay. No. Wait. No. Wait. Oh God. Wait. No. Contains no poison. Oh, I'm totally fucked. I fucked myself. As I thought, there is no poison in that bottle. What? Why, Ryunosuke? Isn't it obvious there's poison in there? She'd be dead by now. Sometimes your unadulterated naivety really astounds me. Sometimes it's in need of good staining, till it's as dark as your uniform in the way of the world. Ah, I'm fucked. Oh, is that what that color's supposed to represent? No, no, please. This little child's poisoned. Oh, God. To be Am I? Oh, God, I'm so dumb. Oh. The above mentioned effect occurs when the poison enters the body through a wound. So you can drink it and be fine. Frick. Read the evidence, Raven. Oh, and his dental wounds. The culprit did put curator poison in Dr. Wilson's carbonated water. Aye. The defense refuses to change its position. You're serious?
Objection!
Fool! Are you blind? There's no possible way the bottle could contain poison. I mean, we just saw Miss Brett drinking the water from it. That's right, which rather complicates your argument, I think. And I believe that complication can be explained. How exactly? I need to think through all the things that don't quite add up here, one by one. I'm sure the answer is in the evidence we have in the court record somewhere. It has to be. Very well. If the defense truly intends to assert this claim, then I must ask you to support the assertion with evidence. What explains how the witness is able to consume the supposedly poisoned water unscathed?
Yes!
The answer to this riddle is right here in Miss Brett's own research report.
Objection!
That's not a valid explanation. No? Dara. We don't speak English. This report is utter gibberish. The impudent young scoundrel is trying to ridicule the court, Your Excellency. I'm not trying to ridicule anyone, honest. I'm just reading Susato-san's notes. I concur. This report is too extensive to be considered and entered entirely by the court. It was directed to the Pertinent Section Council. Page 2. Section reveals the alleged answer to this riddle. Fuck, was it special characteristics? Yep. We've been hearing a lot about this curator poison, and it's left me curious about something. Oh, Council. Well, it sounds as though indigenous hunters have been using this poison for years and years to lace the heads of the arrows that they shoot at whatever prey they're hunting. So we've been led to believe, yes. And the point of hunting is to catch prey to eat. Get to the point, please. But if they were to use this laced arrows, doesn't that mean there would be traces of poison left in the prey the hunters were going to eat? Yes, good point. So surely the hunters wouldn't want to eat their prey, would they? Because then they would be eating poison. Good gracious, Council, no, that would be madness. But I actually found the answer to that conundrum in this research paper here. Under special characteristics, it says this. The poison starts to work after entering the body through a wound. Through a wound, you say? I see, that makes sense. Yes, that mention of this particular detail seems a little strange to me, though. But it all makes sense when you interpret what's written like this. When the curare poison enters the body through an open wound, it has terrifying poison effects. However, when it enters the body via the mouth, it has no poison effects whatsoever. What? Miss Brett, you authored this research. You knew curare's special characteristics. And you knew that you can make a spectacle of drinking the water without any dangers to yourself. You meddling little rapscallion! Well, Ryunosuke, it turns out you're an even better lawyer than I thought you'd be. Really? Me? A lawyer?
Objection!
All this poison talk is fascinating, sure, but I fail to see how it's possibly... So, the little ill-bred little puppy is a new toy to play with. Some facts he read in a book. But I'm afraid knowledge doesn't suit you, little boy. Only makes you look silly. What are you trying to say? Your schoolish boy logic has a fatal flaw. Schoolboyish. Flaw? As even your brain has managed to deduce curare is safe to ingest? Seems likely its effects are neutralized by the acidic nature of the gastric succus. Oh, that's Phoenix's pose. Oh, that's cute. Oh, well, of course. Gastric suckers? What are they? So, these lethal poison is completely harmless when drunk. The professor wouldn't have died when he swallowed it, would he? Wrong. Ah, that's right. Good gracious. That's basic science. Science that even a schoolboy should be able to understand, no? No. Come on, Ryunosuke. We gotta go. We gotta clap it. We gotta go. Order in the court, order. The logic holds. If the lady and the professor drank the same poison, they would be affected in the same way. Are you trying to suggest? Yes, the carrier poison is completely relevant to the case on trial. That's right. Surely even a little cockroach like you would understand something as simple as that. No, bitch, you've been caught! What is this welling up inside me? I've never felt this before. It's a sort of conviction to break down all the discrepancies. It's so intense, almost rage-like. And more than anything else, it's an animalistic desire to take down my prey.
Objection!
Oh! I don't think so, Miss Giselle Brett. How dare you use that tone with me? You know very well there's no fatal flaw here. You know exactly why, even though both of you and the victim swallow the same poison. You are alive, but Dr. Wilson is dead. Counsel, I'm not sure I need to remind you. Just provide compelling evidence. We now know this poison is completely harmless when ingested. Why would Dr. Wilson alone have been killed by the curare? Because of his medical report! As Miss Brett so readily pointed out, she drank the same water as the professor. However, there was a fundamental and fatal difference between the two diners. A fatal difference. I didn't press right bumper. Dun 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 dun. The toxic effects of curare only fell when the poison enters the body through an open wound. So, for a healthy person with no injuries. But what if there was a wound inside the mouth of the person drinking the poisoned water? Inside? Yes, like the wound you might have if you had just been to the dentist and had a tooth extracted, for example. Oh! Miss Brett, you've acknowledged many times in your testimony already that you were well aware of Dr. Wilson's dental appointment that day. Ah! So that's it. Use the knowledge to orchestrate this. Is she laughing? I don't need to repeat myself, but honestly, I can't resist. These childish courtroom games and your half-baked arguments are so puerile. What do you mean? Don't worry, little schoolboy. You'll find out soon enough. You see, when you leave vital evidence lying around, you never know what might happen to it. No! I mean, it could just slip. Oh dear, how careless of me. I'm afraid some crucial evidence may have just been tragically destroyed. No! No! What is this? What just happened? A English woman, and she just smashed the bottle. It's the Supreme Court. What a terrible blunder. Officer, what are you waiting for? Collect as much of that water from the broken bottle as possible at once. You're wasting your time. This delightful carpet under my feet with a gift from the British Empire. I assure you it will soak up the water beautifully. You have neither the technology nor the presence of mind to recover it. How could you? You won't get away with this. You can't thump the bench and shut as much as you want, little boy. And I'm afraid you'll never know now, will we? If there really was poison in the bottle, or not. You. And let us not forget, we still have some very compelling evidence left intact. Isn't that right, counsel for the prosecution? Oh, of course. French's photographic print, I presume, dear lady. That's right, and really, looking at this photograph, it's as clear as day, isn't it? The poor professor was sitting with his back to me. So, of course, the only person who could have shot him from the front is the little schoolboy.
Objection!
No! You killed the victim that day, using cure, and then, in order to frame Ryunosuke Naruhodo for the crime. You waited until he picked up the pistol you arranged for him to find on the floor, before you shot the professor's dead body in the chest with your own hidden gun. Then, in the confusion that followed, all you had to do was turn the dead professor in his chair around. You see, you had every opportunity to commit this crime. What a wonderful imagination you have, young man. A hidden gun, you say? And I shot the professor's dead body, did I? Well, I'm terribly sorry, but you don't have a shred of evidence. Exactly. And if you have nothing to support your wild claims, the prosecution stance remains unchanged. The victim, Dr. John H. Wilson, is killed by a gunshot to the chest. Delivered in cold blood by the accused, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Ugh. This is unbelievable. How could this be happening? We had her, but now, is she really gonna get away with it? The way she destroyed the evidence was obscene. Ryunosuke. Yes? We've come this far, but now you're the only one who can finish this. What? What do you mean? We've lost a vital piece of evidence, it's true. So if there are any clues left for us now, they must be in your head. In my head? You told me before that your powers of observation were the only thing you can really depend on. Well, yeah, that's true, but I didn't manage to notice that this woman was a foreigner with a swan on her head. So think back again now. Try to remember every last detail about the scene that day. Everything you saw, everything you felt, every color, every smell. What I saw, what I felt. Every color? Is Kazumi right? Somewhere in the vibrant memory of this same scene in my head. Could there be another clue to expose the identity of Dr. Wilson's killer? There's a clue, baby! Actually, Kazuma, I think I might have something. Thinking back over everything I saw, I think I might have uncovered another clue. Haha, you always have something up your sleeve, don't you, Ryunosuke? Come on, then. Let's wipe this smug smile off that Englishwoman's face with some evidence. All right. I can't wait. It's been niggling me for a while. Something feels amiss in my memories of that day. Whatever it could be the key to arriving at the truth about all this. It's here somewhere. The clue that shows who Dr. Winston's really killer must have been is... Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Well, it's obviously... It's the giant red stain, right? Right?
Take that!
Inspector Hasanaga, answer me this. Get the gramophone ready, Sogi. Yes? Well, what is it? Still miles away. Probably thinking about that bottle being smashed. As you said a number of times now, you strive for perfection in investigations, don't you? Absolutely. I wonder, therefore, if you took anything else from the scene of the crime. Like, for instance, the plate of steak that you took to the victim's table that day?
Objection!
Wait a minute, where are you going with... Where are you going with this, little boy? It's just a memory that's been troubling me. What memory? I saw the scene in this photographic print with my own eyes that day. And I saw that on the wooden base of the plate that the steak was served on. There was a splattering of blood. What? Oh, really? And what of it? Obviously, that must have happened when you shot the professor. No, that can't be the case. Take a good look at the photograph and the relative position of everything there. The plate of steak is almost directly behind the victim. If I was supposed to have shot Dr. Wilson in the chest from the front, there's no way the blood from the victim could have ended up directly behind him. Ah! Yes. For blood that was made onto the plate, it implies the plate was between the victim and the shooter. Which means the shooter must have been sitting opposite the professor, as you were. Giselle Brett. I beg your pardon.
Objection!
This is beyond ridiculous. Fabricated nonsense. This court seriously expected to release something like Keys apparently just remembered scene?
Hold it!
Oh. They voiced, just like, oh my god, just like in the crossover, they voiced non-important characters too. This